Hey everybody, and welcome to my N5 series on the Akai MPC, where I cover a topic in about 5 minutes. Today, I want to talk about a little, PSA public service announcement. Just because I've hit this before, but the internal drive on my MPC decided it was not going to mount, and I mean the one that's in the drive bay underneath that is user installable. I have a 2 terabyte SSD drive in there. And what should happen when you plug your MPC, whether it's like the One Live X, Live 3 or anything, is when you plug it into the computer port and hook it up to your computer, it will mount the drives that you have, whether you get your SSD or like a rotational hard drive, your SD card, or other drives that are on it. It should mount on your computer. However, I found that even though the MPC, when I would come in to the browser, I would see under here, oops, sorry, not expansions. I would see under places, I have this drive that I've just called MPC SSD. It was not mounting that out over to my computer. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. I have this issue happens from time to time. And what I ended up having to do is remove the drive from the bottom because it very clearly macOS, which is what I usually use for doing music stuff, was not mounting it. I even took it out, and I've got this adapter that will go from the SATA style drive to USB. And for like the SSD drives and small laptop drives, there's enough power in general over the USB connection to your computer to power a drive. Unfortunately, even hooking it up with this to my Mac was not able to do anything with it. It would basically just lock up the disk utility for a while, and it would never actually show up in the disk utility drive list. So very clearly, macOS, whatever the issue was, it wasn't sure what to do with the exFAT partition and try and repair it. Maybe somebody else has some thoughts on tools or something you can use, but what I ended up doing was taking the drive out, connecting it here, and then I put this into my Windows box that I've got. And as soon as I did that, it popped up and said that there was a drive issues and asked if I wanted to repair it. There's like a few pop-up windows. I just went through and said yes, repair, fix it, and with that done, seemed to fix everything just fine. Now, why did I end up in the issue in the first place? There's been a couple times I think I've ejected the drive from my computer. So usually when you're working on your computer, you want to go eject any drives before you disconnect the system. So if you're in standalone mode, I'll just move over here. When we're in here, you go into controller mode, and that will get you here. What happens when you get into this, or it says looking for computer, is if you connect it to a computer, the computer is going to mount the drives and everything. Here, it's going to set up the MIDI, audio, all that, so that the computer can use it. However, if you just disconnect it without actually ejecting the drives from the computer, it can leave your file and file system in a corrupt state because there may be things that the computer has that it hasn't written out to the disks yet. So you definitely want to get into a good habit of making sure you eject things. And if it gets stuck with your computer where you can't eject it, the absolute safest thing to do would be to power down your computer. This will make sure that it will flush any caches or any other drive activity that may be going on. So whether you're on Windows, Mac, Linux, or anything else, just make sure you're ejecting your drive to help avoid corruption. Now, with all this said, the MPC Live 3 here it does a couple things differently. There is an internal drive similar to the Live 2 and earlier that it actually mounts the drive for your internal content onto your computer as well, which seems fancy and nice at first. But my concern is if you don't eject your Live 3 or whatever's going to end up using this new platform correctly, it will very likely corrupt the file system. And I don't know if it does any data scrubbing or anything else on the MPC Live 3 yet. So I guess that's to be determined. But I would just say for anybody that's out there struggling with some drive issues, at least take your internal drive out, see if you can mount it with something. I'll put a link in the description for what this is. I mean, it's really just I think it's a USB 2 or 3 to as I said, it's just a SATA connection, and it provides all the power you need from this USB port. So this particular one is USB 3 S2 SAT3CB. I'll see if it's even still available on like Amazon or something to drop a link, but I've used this plenty of times and it's worked just fine for mounting all kinds of drives. Um, and yeah, just eject correct properly. And if you can't eject, your probably best bet is to shut down your computer to make sure it will clear all the caches and keep your drives in a nice, safe, sane, and steady state. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music. Keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good. And peace.